Hey, it's Matt Quistor for Crazy Mo Guitar. We're looking at how to play with more feel, starting with video 1, raking. Okay, this video is all about raking. The idea behind a rake is to take a targeted note and essentially add a series of dead notes in front of that particular note. So in this example, we're using a root 6 G minor pentatonic box on my 3rd fret. I've got 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 6. The first note that I want is that 5th fret on the G string. Our motif is one I've used in a few other videos where we're going to take that bend up a full step and then roll with the 1st finger, 3rd fret from the B to the high E string. So just a standard stock blues motif. So the difference now is we're going to add this rake in front of the very first note. So in order to do a rake, it's basically similar to how you would normally set up your string bend. You have the main finger is going to be bending, in this case the 3rd finger, a finger behind for support, and then my 1st finger to block the other strings in case I bend up and hit them with the tip of the finger. So the difference is, instead of just hitting the one string, we're going to actually strum through those strings that have the 1st finger blocking them. So in this case, I'm going to strum from my A through the D string to get to that G. And it should create that kind of chunky, almost like you're strumming a couple extra string type of sound. And it's not supposed to be clean, just kind of chunk. And what that does is it adds more of an attack to that note. So here's the lick without the rake. Here's with the rake. So it gives you that kind of drag before the note. So our first lick is going to start with that rake. Then we're just going to tag the pinky note here, the 6th fret, back to the 3rd fret. So again, the typical motif I've used a lot. So now you have a nice kind of attacked note. Again, I'll do the full lick. Here's with the rake, and then without it. So the rake adds a lot. And then the second part of that lick is taking the same note, this time just doing a little bit of a half step bend. So I'm going to start off with the same exact setup, 1st finger sticking out, blocking the A and the D. I'm going to strum through to my targeted note, that 5th fret. Then just do a little half step bend. And then I do my 3rd fret on the G with the 1st finger, and then I end up on my safe note here, my octave G with the 3rd finger, 5th fret D string. So it gives you a little vibrato on that one. So basically, when you put them both together, you have this. Which is kind of cool. Now the variation on that second lick, which I like to use a lot, I showed in the video, is basically the same idea. But instead of going right to that safe note, we actually roll from the G string 5th fret into the D string 5th fret. So it'll give you this. Has a nice feel to it. So with that combo, you have this. All I do is take that lick and basically move it between the 3 main chords of a 12-bar blues in G. So I go up to the C, which is the 8th fret. Same idea. Set up for the same rake, same target note, and same thing here. Then I go up to the D, which is the 10th fret. Same exact lick. This will be on the 12th fret for the 3rd finger. Then bring it right back down to the G with the same combo licks. And all I do is at the end was I walk chromatically from the C on the A string, so 3rd fret, up to the 4th fret, C sharp, and into the D, the 5th fret. Give it kind of almost like a little bit of a turnaround walk. So here's the whole thing with that particular lick. raking. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video on raking. There's tons of ways to use that. There'll be more videos where we demo different licks with rakes. Other notes where we're going to incorporate something called ghost bending. A lot of techniques that will help people to learn how to play with more feel. It's a very common question that gets asked is, how do I play with more feel? So hopefully we can kind of break everything down to the specific techniques that help you build that without just saying, well, just play with more feel. So, as usual, subscribe. Check out crazymoguitar.com. Matt Quistorf for the rake technique, signing out. See ya.